Hey, there I am. Oh my gosh. I quit. I don't know how many times I have to do this show before I get this thing right. Oh man. Can you guys hear me okay? This camera's fixed up a little bit better. Jeez, oh man. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. So, let's see. Good morning. It is, what is the date? The 19th of January. CR&E Morning Brew. Good morning, everybody. So it is a gloomy, rainy day here in Cleveland, Ohio. No shock there this time of year, anyways. So I was in the process of trying to get something running up here. See if I can make that happen. And we'll go through the chat real quick, see who all is in here. All right, let's try that. Whew. So, real quick back to the top. We got Wigwag. Good morning, buddy. Steven. Rick's Railroad. Good morning, Rick. Pocahontas District Rail fan. Thomas. Good morning. I got you, Thomas. You change your name so many times, I never know who it is. Wow. Lots to say there, man. Wow. All right. Corey. Good morning, Corey. Just stopping by. That's all right, man. Appreciate the pop in. That's perfectly fine. High Plains Drifter. Good morning to you. And Phil. What's up, Lee? What's going on, pal? Chambaniki. Morning. There's old Jimmy. Jimmy, you up early, man. What's up with that? Couldn't sleep. Anthony Dodge. Good morning to you. Oh my God. All right, I quit. This train's. Hey, it's Carolina Foothills. Good morning, buddy. Okay, good. Mike at Putnam Junction. Good morning. Gary, my buddy Gary from Worcester, Youngstown area. Chris, the model train aficionado. Good morning. Rick, Rick, Rick Bailey. Rick the Tree. A lot of Ricks, man. A lot of Ricks, a lot of Johns, got a few Daves. Hey, D-Roll Daryl, what's up, pal? Freddie, good morning to you as well. Let's see. Get through this real quick. Hey, there's Dirk, Steam and Steel. How you doing? It's great to meet you. Last weekend, chatting with you, Steven from Wigwag. So it's great to meet you. I've met Rick before. Rick's Railroad. He's a great guy. I've met him in the past. Pappy, of course, I've met several times. Rick, you too now, man. This was about third time we've gotten together. So it's kind of nice. Ray Bertelson, good morning. Here's Wigwag. Sorry if I missed anyone multitasking. Yeah, that's okay, man. It happens. Same here, though. If I miss any of you guys, I'm trying to catch everybody in here. Let's see. Dave, I have a rare Lionel 773 New York Central Hudson. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. You claim Rick number one. I got you number one right here, buddy. I think you probably are the first Rick. First Rick that I knew. Like as far as the train community goes. Yeah, third time. Pretty cool shot you posted yesterday. I think it was yesterday with the CSX 3194 unit. Nice shot of that. But CSX did a very cool job on those, man. Those Spirit units. Big fan of those. All right, cool. I think I'm caught up there on the chat. So yeah, man, another Thursday. What the heck, man? January's half over. Had a birthday since the last episode. I'm an older man now. I didn't say wiser, just said older. Got a train show meet up there in Columbus last weekend. It was a great time. Yeah, I was bad about it. I didn't post anything really. I took a little bit of video. Um, I know Steven posted a video, so did Pappy. Drew Steele. I got to meet Drew Steele as well. Great guy. He posted up a video as well. Um, hey, Joey. Sorry, buddy. I don't mean to miss you. You're a hard character to miss, man. Some cool mail calls there. I'm gonna actually have to check out that Caboose Hobby stream or whatever, because this is a couple times now that I've recently watched an unboxing from you, and you've got some pretty cool stuff from them. I'm drinking my just plain old Maxwell House today, guys. I wasn't feeling any flavors or anything fancy for coffee this morning. But yeah, Joe also got a nice gift box from Container Man Roy. And John Dilly had a video on the on his gift box from Roy as well. I need to find out. I think he said he got them at Truck Stop Hobbies. He picked up a bunch of day cabs and truck cabs to go with all those trailers he got. So I'm going to be in need of some tractors to pull some of these trailers. Hey, John Prescott, what's up? How you doing? How's things going, man? I know you just lost your dad a week or so back, and hopefully, hopefully you're getting things settled down from that. And I know it's a long process. I just know we're thinking about you, buddy. Everybody keep the plumber 33 in your prayers today. As a lot of you know, he's having a surgery today, based off of a cancer diagnosis that he has received recently, unfortunately. So we all just kind of keep him in our thoughts today, and you know, wish him the best. And he's definitely got he's a younger man, got age on his side and everything there. So but definitely should have a little prayer, give a thought his way today. Wigwag is working on an unboxing video of all the Christmas giveaways, prizes you won. Oh yeah, hey, you were cleaning up, man. You and Curly, Jesus. Congratulations on a bunch of you guys who won some stuff. I think it was last night or yesterday sometime. Ian from Lehigh Valley did a giveaway. I don't know if it was the calendars or something. I can't remember what he gave away. I think D-Rail Darrell won something. Who else? Top of my mind. Just watched it. I couldn't sleep last night, man. I was up most of the night, just kind of. I don't know why. I got off schedule when I was off with my surgery and everything, and it's been a rough. My first week back has been a little rough trying to get the sleep pattern back in line. Rick's Railroad, my video on the train from yesterday was not the best. Couldn't get a good video, get a good picture. But yeah, it was a good picture you had up there. The one was really nice. Had the reflection of it in a big mud puddle. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's always rough. I just had a friend from school. Her dad just passed away yesterday or something. It was yesterday or the day before yesterday. He'd been sick, and who's in hospice and stuff. And so it's tough, man. Or it's never easy. No easy way to say it. Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt, what's going on, bud? How are you? New Ferris, morning to you as well. Ah, John, I got to meet John too. Almost forgot, John. Him and his grandson were there at the show. It looked like he had picked up a couple of deals there. So it was nice to meet you as well, John. Oh, that's who it was. It was you, Dave. That's what I was thinking of. I just couldn't remember. Getting old, man. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, I remember especially when my dad passed, because for those of you who don't remember or don't know, I was a truck driver for 21 years, and my dad was all his life too. And that's why I really wanted to get into it, honestly. And it was never the same after he passed away. But when he was alive, a lot of times I would just pick up the phone, especially after cell phones came into play, and he had one, I had one. I would just call him, sit there and bullshit while we're driving, kill the time. He was just a human map, been driving for so many years. Um, so a lot of times I would call him and say, hey, I got to go to this city or this place, whatever. And I was always local, but you know, um, he was always over the road. But he was, get me there close at least, if I needed it. And that was tough, man. Not being able to pick that phone up and chit chat, and it was pretty bad with my mom too. I was close to my mom as well. But anyways, you coming to Timonium on is that February 4th, Anthony? Man, I wish, John. Hmm. I think my wife had one from her dad, like a voicemail. And I think it finally ended up getting lost in one of the phone upgrades or something that we had to do, from an old cell phone or whatever. Truck driving ain't no fun anymore. Mom and pop truck stops. Yeah, no more mom and pop. Yeah, and that was the cool thing about learning with my dad was like he knew all the little back roads, all the little good stops, greasy spoons, all that kind of stuff to stop at. And yeah, it's all commercialized now, man. But it's our world anymore, man. Everything's so commercialized. So I don't want to say sterile, but there's no personalization in anything, I guess. Everything's got a corporate feel to it. You go to a restaurant, it's hard to find even just like even around here. I was telling my wife we used to go where we in our old house where we used to live, and it's not around anymore. It went out of business. Um, the old guy got sick. I don't know if he passed away. Kids didn't want to take it over, but it was an old greasy spoon. He did breakfast and lunch, and that was it. Cheap as hell, and the food was just awesome. But it was nothing special. It was clean, but it was nothing fancy. No fancy things on the walls. No, corporation type crap. And it was nice. And we have a place around here. It's not really corporate, but they have 4 or 5 of them around. And so we go there. We like it. And we go there. But it's the closest thing I could find to that greasy spoon. I don't know what else to call it. Just a mom and pop, you know, And those guys were like neighborhood people, they cared about the neighborhood. They put money back into the community, and they didn't try to rape everybody. They charged you what it cost them and a few dollars over, a few pennies over, whatever, just to keep things running. But they didn't charge you. I mean, come on, man. $12 for a plate of eggs. I mean, geez, oh man. I know eggs are crazy now, but still, two eggs, bacon, and then toast, and then you're paying $10, $12 for it. It's insane. This is my old guy. I told you I just had a birthday. So now I'm really old now. I get the old guy bitching going on. Let's see. I'm missing a couple comments here. Yeah, dude. I pulled out the big atlas. Well, I was cleaning out the glove box one day, and I had just an Ohio map, but there's the old map, the one that you couldn't hardly fold the damn thing back up. It took a damn degree just to learn how to fold that thing. My kids are like, "What the hell?" you know, like, why don't you just look up on what do you call it, Google Maps or whatever on the phone? I'm like, again, but I'm trying to teach you something, you know. And then I found in my closet my old road atlas from when I was on the road. So I mean, it was like back from the early '90s. But the thing was awesome. It was strictly for trucks. It showed all the no truck bridges or low bridges, the weight limit bridges, all that kind of stuff, truck routes, the hazard routes, all that stuff. And I was just thumbing through that and thinking, wow, you know. And now you just put the damn address in and it takes you there, basically. So it's not. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice. Don't get me wrong, but you still got to use your head a little bit. Uploaded a video about me. All right, I'll have to check that out. Hopefully it's all good stuff. I don't know. If not, I'm coming after you. World is changing, all right. You can travel overseas. In each country, they have a lot of the same shit you find back home. Yeah, well, that's your McDonald's. That's all your big corporations, and then think about when the Soviet Union fell back in what was it, 91, 89, 90, whatever. One of the first things that people wanted was a McDonald's. They wanted the Western freedoms and stuff, and I don't know. I think they're trying to go the other way now. I think they want to kick the West out, all our damn liberal ideas and everything. Hey, Jasko, what's going on, buddy? See, Rick's Railroad. My father was a truck driver. He never wanted me to drive, so I just worked on them for a while. Well, mine didn't either. Neither did my mother. But that's all I ever thought about doing. Yeah, I didn't try that, but it sounded good. That you guys had at Bob Evans. And Bob Evans has been a staple for years and years, and they've always been good. Um, they're from the Ohio region here. Um, they're okay, but even they've gotten. It's like it doesn't taste bad, but you have like a corporate taste to it. I don't know how to explain it. Dave's buying chickens, putting them in the backyard. All right. I just had to report my neighbor behind me last for having chickens. Can't have chickens here. There's a small little suburb we can't have chickens. Sorry, buddy. He had a damn rooster. He got away with it if he didn't have the rooster. The damn thing would keep going off every morning. It was like a damn alarm clock. But then when he let him out running around, I had him digging up my front yard and everything. So I had to, I don't know, hated to do it, but that's before eggs were $6 a friggin' dozen. There's a friend of mine at work that she and her husband have a little farm, and she has for the longest time sold eggs, and hers, they were probably around $5 anyways, even when eggs weren't $5, but they're like homegrown eggs and that, all natural and all that stuff. So my wife wants me to see about checking in with her, see if we can get in on that too. At 85, my mom died when I was 16. My dad died in 15. close. Dad passed cancer, dementia. Mom had a heart attack. Yeah, it's rough. Both of my parents died when they were 75, ironically enough. Um, Dad was a heavy smoker his whole life, ended up with emphysema and that type of stuff. Had gallbladder cancer, they had to take that out. Um, I think it mostly ended up being like pneumonia or whatever from the emphysema, and he was on like breathing. That's why I want to kick my son in the ass because he's smoking now. And I'm like, you saw what your papa went through. Um, so what the hell are you gonna do though? But he was on oxygen and did breathing treatments and all that stuff every day. There was nebulizers and I don't know, man. Not fun. Not fun. So Moran McNally, short them and learn. Yeah, no interest. No, mine either. They're like, man, this is boring. It doesn't talk to you, doesn't show you, it doesn't drive with you. It's boring. But yeah, it's boring. Oh yeah, give me a shout out. Okay, cool. I could check it out after the show, maybe. I have to remember to check it out. That's the problem. Still having issues with getting notifications. Hey, Bernard. I don't think I said hi to you before. More payments you have, a dozen eggs paid for. Woohoo! It'll be yours. Oh my God. Anthony? No idea, buddy. No clue. Plus C change, plus system. No, I'm not even going to try. High Plains Drifter. Yeah, let's talk a little bit of trains. I um I like weathered cars. I have some. Of course, there's nothing here at the moment. I do like weathering my cars. I don't have a quick method. I know there's guys that have quick methods out there to do it. Um, I don't have a quick method. And my OCD keeps me from that. I don't know, I'm self-diagnosed, or not even know if I don't even know if that's what it is. But I'm very crazily particular about things, and it kind of slows me down. Usually it turns out pretty decent, but okay, John, take care. Have a good day, bud. Um, Woo, Jesus, wow, $8. Hmm. Be like those neighborhood gardens, uh, Anthony. Where the little neighborhood gardens people grow things and share. All right, Stephen, take care, buddy. I don't know how long I'll be on today. I have a haircut at like 11, so we're not going to go as long as we did last week. Corporate taste because they're all buying from the same. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but you know what I mean when I say that. I think everybody can see. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just something about it. I don't know. Like I said, it's not necessarily like it's rotten or anything. It just doesn't have that flavor, or I don't know what. There was an old place we used to stop at when I drove for Cisco. It was a little ice cream shop, but they sold burgers and fries and chicken and sandwiches and stuff like that. Place had been there for God years, 50 years probably. They tore it down now and put a friggin' I don't know something up there. I don't know. They bought the school that was behind it, and they bought the ice cream stand and put some kind of little warehouse or something like that. Anyways, they had an old grill there, not more of a griddle, the flat top, and that thing was so seasoned from all those years of cooking on it, and then the burgers just tasted extra good, man. Could again because we worked all day and was hungry as all get out, but yeah, that tasted so good. But yeah, 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 Joe. Oh my gosh. what are we going to color for Easter, you know? But it's going back to the rolling stock, and that I'm confident enough to mess with rolling stock. I haven't had a lot of faith in my abilities on doing locomotives. I want to, but I'm more nervous about it. Let's see if I can get this up here. This train just came uncoupled from its cars, stupid scale train couplers. They're going to come off of here too, I'll tell you that. But this one here is the one that kind of tried to commit suicide on me. If I can ever get it to come to me. Come on. I'm trying to reach it without having to get up because it's right here in front of my workbench. I need to move it up a few feet. I don't know where. Tropicana. Oh, come here, you little bastard. Okay, so this one, well, you can see it. Turn some light on up here, maybe. And that made it better or worse. But it tried to commit suicide. It fell off the little incline I had. And where did it go? Steps here in the back. All jacked up. And I called Scale Train to see if they had any replacements or anything, and they don't. They don't just sell that. And what would happen is they don't just sell the walkway. I think it's all molded together, so I'd have to buy a whole shell, and they didn't have any shells. I didn't even care on the number. It would have been whatever. I could renumber it. But anyway, so I decided, well, what the hell? Let me hit it with some just generic weathering, just a little bit of rust color. So, and that was just real quick. I figured, well, it's already kind of beat up because of the steps and that. So if I mess it up, no harm, no foul, right? So that's the only locomotive. Well, I lied. That's not the only locomotive, but that's the most recent one I did. I have a bad habit of getting a heavy hand when I weather. Yeah, that's true. I know a couple of numbers. I know my home number from when I was a kid and the home number from our first house we have together. For some reason, neither one of them's in service, but I know them. Way behind here. Yeah, they look good too. Anthony sent me a picture of that. Did you put a video or anything of that yet, Anthony? He's using the Jason Jensen and Ron from New Haven Railroad signs, a method of making signs on buildings and that. Yeah, but then yes, 3440. Yeah, I do. The Spirit of Ravenna. Yeah, I have that. Parts engine. That's not a bad idea, Rick. The problem is there's not too many parts scale trains engines out there. Of course, I guess this is a ES44. Maybe I could find something similar. But yeah, it's that 3-foot rule on this one. I put it in a consist. It still runs great. Nothing's wrong with it as far as that goes. Thankfully, when it fell, let me change these cameras real quick. It was around the corner from this camera. I won't be able to see exactly where, but see the incline here across the bridge? So you keep going to the right of that camera, around the corner, where it first started, where I raised up the board to make the incline. I hadn't filled in the hole yet, the gap between flat and the incline. It fell just right through that gap. Thankfully, it didn't hit the floor because I had a stool with a padded top on it, right underneath that area of the bench where it just tucked under there. So it fell, I don't know, maybe a couple feet onto that stool. So thankfully, that's all that happened. If it would have hit the ground, it would have been a mess. I'd have definitely had to put a new shell on it. Maybe even had a bent frame and everything. Being it didn't fall as far, I was okay. So thankful for that. Like I didn't lose any grills or anything like that. No, nothing broke off like the horns or nothing or sun shields. Nothing major. It was just basically that step. Honestly, I'm looking at it now, and it's really just that step. And like I said, you put it in a consist, and I think I'm gonna add some like piping on that side too, like brake piping and stuff on that truck. But kind of got it somewhat somewhat straight, and yeah. What are you gonna do? Who's a casualty? He's trying to get out, tried to end it, and tried to end its life. No video yet. All right, on those billboards and stuff. It looked good though. He showed me a picture last night. I think it was. And Daryl, I got your text earlier. I just didn't get a chance to answer you back because I was running late as usual. Let me see what I did do. Um, some weathering on these. These were operator series. Let me pull these out. All right. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can get my train running here. Oh God, I hate these couplers. And that's why I just change them out to start with. But this time I did not. And, you pay the price. All right. Since I'm over here, let me turn this camera. Probably won't be able to see it really. Put that right there. A little greasy spoon there. It's being a greasy spoon. It's a diner. I've ever showed this one. First, I want to make sure you're in the camera because I'm not by the computer. Okay. Yeah, so right about there to the right of that. Right in about there where all those containers are. So right in this general area. See, I got the stool down here underneath. But it fell right down between this gap. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to show my diner. It's got Walther's kit, a little interior on it, a speckled floor. Just planning on lighting that up. I know Joe just built that cool diner, a 3D kit. I don't even know if this is in the camera or not. Those are all little Chinese guys from China. I'm putting this in this general area and then have a road coming through here. And then it's going to go into the co-op there. I'm back in the camera the way I was. Sorry, guys. This is exciting for you. Let's go. Where you at, train? Oh, there you are. You beat me. Yeah, these couplers, every now and again, they just really want to be jerks. And the train will run around and around for the longest time. No issues, and then it doesn't. Let's see. All right, there we go. Now I got her. She's rolling. These loud bastards off on the track. All right. Going back to the weathering question, I know I'm getting off subject here, but I'm going to bring that with me. Let me bring this back over to me. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, man. Well, the inside, I mean, it comes with all the interior, basically. I had to, people in the benches, I ended up cutting them down. Let me go get it and bring it over here. I cut their legs off. Not a lot of them. I had to do that with my passenger cars, too. Because they wouldn't tuck under the benches right. At least for me, they wouldn't. Those are just those cheap Chinese. I call them Chinese guys. They're not necessarily. They're from China. You get the 100 pack of them for next to nothing really. They're very generic. They're very very good for like filler kind of background type people. Nothing. And the thing of it is, the size looks off. So it's kind of. I'm gonna change cameras again to see the heck I'm talking about. Boy, I'll tell you what. That's the right one. Hey, it's me. It's me, yeah? Yeah, these are cheap ones made in China. Oh, this light makes it better or worse. Yeah, they're just cheapies. Did you get this whole pack? I don't remember what I paid for it. These are mostly standing figures. So I ran out of seated people, so I just cut the legs off of them. Kind of is what it is, right? I just kind of did a quick paint. Anthony, what I will recommend, though, I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe if I turn this light on, you'll see it. It's very transparent. Whether you catch that or not, probably not. Paint the backside of all your walls. I didn't do that. You see how it's very translucent? So I just wanted to go with that silver look, and I did the old like aqua color, turquoisey color, from like the 50s diner or whatever. So definitely paint your inside walls. I didn't paint them at all. I'm not saying paint them black. But paint them maybe black and then whatever color. Do something to block that light if you're going to light it. But I didn't do that. I think I'm going to have a hard time with it now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, these are little people. And inside, you have the little stools and that. And all that stuff came with it. You got a little bathroom on the side there, trying to show it in the camera. No, wrong way, dummy. So you can see through pretty good. So I just kind of like stood them on the, some of them are actually some of these, I don't know if you can see in there or not. Some of them are actually standing up. Like I just cut their feet off at the knees or just below the knees. This guy is it. Because they would have been too short. So I don't know if I bought the wrong size people. But I think I couldn't use the seated people because if I did, you wouldn't have been able to see their heads. They would have been too short. They wouldn't have showed when you were looking at it through the window. You know what I mean? Sorry, this camera is not my better camera. My better camera was over there at the other area. It's kind of cool. There's a little what do you call a board there for your specials board, whatever. You're sitting there at the diner, at the counter. It's a pretty cool kit. This was the Walders one. I think this is the City Classics one you're talking about, Anthony. Is that the one that is more of like a Rick's product one or whatever from them? Or is that a Walders? Man, this is dirty. Dirty, dusty. Look at that. Natural weathering. That's how I weather my cars. It's natural weathering. It's the dirt that sits on top of the cars from being on the layout. So, anyways, perfect. Like brand new now. This is my first Crooked River engine. GP9, it's a Bachmann. GP7, sorry, it's a Bachmann. It was the old Pennsylvania one. It was black. Did okay on the painting. It's the first one I ever tried to paint. It's my original scheme. Kind of based off of the C&O Progress scheme, the logo. Did a little weathering to it. It really didn't come out great. Can hit the trucks a little bit, it's okay, I just put actually sound in it and to keep alive. Of course, it's the old it's an older board, Tsunami. So you got to solder that in there. There's a way to do it. Hey Harry, Weatherman Harry, how are you? See Bernard, yeah, and that's pretty cool too. I've seen that, and I thought about that before I bought this. Now, not to say I can't do another diner or restaurant. I mean, I should have another area somewhere to do it. Um, I know Menards has a kit, that Rocket Diner. Not a kit, it's a built up or whatever they do. I get smokes in that too. This is the Scale Trains one I did. I have this one and I have another one to match. This is an SD40. And this is what I'm talking about. I like the way it looks, but I roached the hell out of this thing, and it wasn't intentional. It's just the way it ended up. I'm sorry that this is not the best viewing way of viewing. I added these hoses on and the cables and stuff. That is wire, thin wire, painted to give it a little bit of detailing. Something on the back, and not awful, but I think would that be better or worse? I think it's better if I hold it further away. Like I said, I did get a little heavy-handed on it. I think I made it worse, maybe. But I've heard it's an old SD40, an old coal hog, and they're nice. They run like operators run, so not bad at all, though. Those are the only ones I've weathered up so far. So I know that it took a long time to get to that because somebody asked way back when about weathering cars and stuff. I think you guys have seen some videos of the weathered cars on my layout. Anything you see that's weathered as far as rolling stock on my layout is me. I've done all that. I take that back. The ones I got from Ron up in Canada, the CP rail hoppers, I think I got 4 of those. Those are all him. Other than that, everything else is stuff I've done. Yeah. Multiple gas stations, why not a few diners? That's realistic, especially in these old towns in the 60s. Yeah. Well, yeah, more modern era, so I don't know. They're more like a specialty thing now, I guess. If you have a diner, there's actually one. God, I haven't been to it in years. Not too far from me. That was an old diner. I actually remember that diner. It had been turned into a Kentucky Fried Chicken or a Kenny King's. I can't remember which. Same thing. They're both chicken places. And they were going to tear it down to build what else? But a self-serve car wash. So they're going to destroy it. Somebody bought it up. This is back probably in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And they moved it out, way out somewhere. And it's pretty cool. They put it all back together, and they do car shows and stuff there in the summers, and so they salvaged it and they restored it, and it's pretty cool. Southeast Harley Davidson over here in Bedford Heights, Ohio, has a diner inside. I don't know if they brought that from somewhere or they just built it, to look as a replica, or if it's actually realistic. Not realistic, authentic. If it was actually an authentic diner that they brought in, but it's inside the building, the Harley Davidson building, and it serves food and everything like that, and it's pretty cool. I don't know if any of the other ones have it. That's the only one I've ever been to. I'm not a biker, and that's just never was my thing. Nothing against anybody that rides, just never was my thing. Um, but when I was with Cisco, it was right there by our plant, and we used to deliver to them. Anyways, stormy skies. I meant to say hi to you, but um, I got to rambling on, and you know how I do. Especially if Thursday, gotta get going, get some other items done around the house. All right. Well, appreciate you stopping in, and have a great day. And Joe, you're right. Even just a coat of dull coat helps, and that's on anything. I mean, and what I'll do a lot of times, I kind of got away from it because it does get a little time consuming. But whenever I would get a new piece of rolling stock or whatever, I would at least weather the trucks. I have a mix that I make up. It's just like a rusty mix, brownie rust mix. It's kind of like, how well you can see it, but it's just like that color there, and its lighting is terrible. It's just kind of just enough to dirty them up, you know. And the locomotives, I haven't really gotten to the wheels so much, but like on the cars, I'll get the wheels and I'll get the trucks and the couplers. And I'll just hit those real quick with that rusty mix, and at least have that much done. But I've kind of gotten out of that habit. Um, I do have a video up, and it's called, it's in my playlist somewhere, just something called uh, how to just like upgrade cheap rolling stock or something. I can't think of the exact name of it, but it just goes over basically changing out couplers, wheels, just a quick little painting up the trucks and stuff. Even just that gives it more of a lived-in look. You know what I mean? Man Shed, hello. Man Shed. Hi, Man Shed. What do you got? MHP Podunk. Good morning. Oh, camper issues. Okay. You're not late. There he is. Good morning. Man Shed, Railroad, Aaron. I like that you guys are putting your name there. I do appreciate that. I guess you guys look at me just calling you by your name or by your channel name, and I'm probably it's a good thing, but it's probably a bad thing because now I'm just gonna get lazy and want to go by that. But I do appreciate that because a couple of you guys have been doing that. Um, 'Cause just remembering names sometimes is tough. There's so many awesome people out here. Um, but I've always been bad with names. Oh no, two in Reno. I was in Reno years ago, '92. I was driving over the road. Oh, man, I got good stories about a waitress out there. Never mind. Family friendly. uh, did they all close? I think there was one down there, Kent State. Nothing really that close to me, but it's about 45 minutes away. Thanks, Jim. Oh my God, Long John Silver's. I remember them too. Wow. I don't know if there's any of those left either. Rick Sparrow still has one up there. Okay, Thomas. Yeah, I thought it was you. You changed your name so much, man. I don't know what your channel is. You gotta pick a name, bud. I think you've been with this one for a while now, so that's good. Full name. I don't really want anyone from my job to creep bunch of. Oh, that's fine. Manshed's fine. I just like that you added Aaron in there, so it just helps me. And I don't know if it helps other people or not, but it helps me out. You're Matt, yeah. Okay, I think I do remember that. Maybe, maybe not. Remember M or Matt? Lady in Wheeling. What is that about? I missed something. A few long johns around here. No, no, not that kind of lady. or there was a waitress at the truck stop. Um, no, I was driving with my dad at the time, and he wasn't gonna allow that. Anyway, so well, I've always been curious, always wondered. Never have, but always wondered. Hey Ray, I meant to say hi to you, man. I seen earlier you were just kind of creeping. Hey Ray, you know Ray? Have you seen Ray? Oh no, shit, Jen. Oh, my son loves root beer, man. You give him a root beer float, he'll stay at your house until you quit pouring them. Yeah, I hope there was not big. Again, like John said, I hope there wasn't big issues with it. So I don't know, guys. Oh my God, the big boys are gone, man. At least here. Yeah, shit. That'd be a fun one to model. You 3D printer guys, man. You model that 3D printer of that guy, the big boy, holding the burger up and everything. That'd be a fun one to model. You can almost do something like that with one of these diners, even, because they were different types of buildings in those, if I remember right. It wasn't like just one corporate cookie cutter building. You know, that'd be something cool to think about. You guys be able to do that. Yeah, I know Ray, man. He laughs a lot. He's a funny guy. Funny looking. Wears a bright yellow and orange shirt a lot. Yeah, got a DC layout. Strictly runs DC. Old school guy. I don't know who this Ray is though. Ah, big boy. Yeah. I remember my aunt was always a waitress. She was a waitress for Bob Evans for a long time. She was also at Bob's Big Boy. I think those were some franchises on those too, because she always called it Manners. So I don't know if it was a certain franchise um, of them, but yeah, I just remember those sloppy, freaking almost like Big Mac style burgers I had, man, and just grease and shit would run down your hand when you would eat it. Yeah, that guy. I think he used to sail on boats and stuff way back when he was a young man too. He played on those little boats, sailboats or something. That guy Ray. My cousin was in the Navy. He gets so mad when you call it a boat. It's a ship, goddammit. Boats are those little things. I'm on a ship. Gets so aggravated with you. So I do it on purpose because that's just the way I am. Tire blew out on a camper. And took out the, oh no, slide and food pantry. Jeez, oh man. Couldn't just have a tire go flat, huh? You had to do it all. Had to do it all up, huh? Yeah, Thomas, it was. Yeah. Yep. Spent many after bar closing nights at the big boys. And that was back when Denny's was still halfway decent too. We still have one here at Denny's. You don't see as many of those around either. Although I feel like the Flying J is now at Denny's, at least a lot of them. That stinks. They had a good restaurant in the Flying J. Same thing with Petro. Is Petro around anymore? They had that Iron Skiller or whatever. That was a pretty good restaurant at Woolworths. We had a Woolworths. It was in a mall though. I never remember having Woolworths as a standalone building. And it wasn't really a. I don't remember it being a lunch counter as much as it was like snack stand. By that time, I'm talking about the '80s, late '80s. Um, yeah, that's Denny's, right? Moving over Miami. Who's over Miami? Good times. Good times. So Yeah, like I said, we had a good time at the train show last weekend. Met a lot of good people. Finally got to meet up with some of the more local guys, I guess. Local to me, anyways. Rick came about. He lives just inside of Michigan there. I think it's Monroe, um, just north of Toledo. He was about a 3 hour drive, 2.5, 3 hour drive. Mine was about a 2 hour drive. Um, Dirk from Ohio Steam and Steel came up from Athens. I think he had an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. Wigwag lives pretty close to Columbus, so does Pappy. I'm not sure where John lives, how far away he is. I think, what's his name? Drew Steele lives in the Columbus area, so they're pretty much in their neighborhood, you know, give or take. I know, Dave, I'm thinking the same thing, man. Have some of those $7 eggs or whatever the hell they are. Cities, Georgia, shut down because of filthiness inside players review. Well, oh, you're from Toledo too. Oh, that's right. You live in Toledo, but your daughter lives in Columbus, so you came down and stayed with her overnight or something like that. Is that where the grandson is? The daughter in Columbus? I'm broke. I didn't do too bad, really. I First, let me show you a couple of things. I got a new sticker, a couple new stickers. You guys are doing a whole sticker exchange. I mean, I have stickers too. If anybody is interested, shoot me an email. River and Eastern. So I gave a few of those out while I was there. Got a new one from Goglin, Pappy. A new sticker. And I finally got one from Steven Wigwag. Wigwag Workshop. Boy, it's hard to hold that thing in the camera. For whatever doggone reason, it's like everything's the wrong way. So I got those. It was nice to exchange those stickers. It was on a new computer when I finally get that up and running. Well, not new, but new to me. My wife's old computer. So I'm going to bring these with me. I'll keep these so I don't forget them and bring them to the show when I go out to Massachusetts next weekend. At the show, there was a guy selling Walther's Proto auto racks. I was not even in the market for auto racks. This guy had these marked for $39. A buddy of mine that was there, he's like a collector. He buys and sells. There was probably 20, 30 of them there, and I think he bought almost all of them himself. So the guy gave him a deal on them for 35 a piece. So I bought mine from my guy for 35 a piece at the show. So I got a CSX one. There you go, Anthony. I got an NS one just for you, buddy. I haven't even opened these yet. And then I was able to pick up the NS. So these are the new Proto ones they just came out with, last summer or whatever. So like I said, I wasn't even looking for anything. The only thing I bought at the show, I wouldn't have bought anything at the show, honestly, if it wasn't for that. I didn't see that deal, and it was like, I normally run through freight. I don't have anywhere for actual auto racks to go. I don't have an auto plant or anything. And auto racks are real fickle. If you have any imperfections in your track, at least in my experience with them, they're a pain in the neck. But if I had to give them a try for $35 a piece, I mean, it's $100 for 3 of them, 105. It was in my budget, the budget I allowed myself for the show. Yeah, Wilmer said that they were going to come down in April. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll join them. Maybe we'll all crash at Anthony's house. There you go, Anthony. Want to have 3 guests in April? Make us your famous salmon patties for breakfast. Mel's Diner, Florida. There was a Mel's Diner at Universal. Probably different than what you're talking about, though. We had to eat there. when we were there last fall or whatever for my wife's 50th birthday. I don't know if you guys remember. We took her down there. She wanted to do. She didn't want a big party or nothing. She wanted to go to Florida and go to Universal. And on a bench work from a second later, do you have any tips that might make this process easier? Anything different I would do is not do one. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I went with 1x2s because the fact that I did not do a helix and I did a climb around the room, I was trying to give myself as much room between decks. I only have 15 inches, so I didn't want big, thick, 1x3s, 1x4s. Probably 1x3s would have been better. Um, I had put a lot of 1x2s. I put extra in just to make sure. Um, it's going to be totally fine. Don't get me wrong, but if you can give yourself a good 18 inches or so, or more, even between decks, would be better. Um, yeah, like Bernard says, to do the top deck first instead of trying to work over top of the bottom deck. That's a good idea. I don't know if you're doing a helix or a climb or what. If you're going to do the climb, I would definitely do the climb before you put the second level up. I did my climb and then built the second level off of where the climb came up at roughly a 2% grade. I'm somewhere around 2.5. I got a little off here and there, I think, but I think it's pretty much at 2%. If I would have went with a steeper grade, which that wouldn't have been good, I could have got a little more room between decks. So like the bottom of the upper deck and the tabletop of the first deck is like 15. So that's why I don't want to, go with anything thicker on the 1x3s. I guess it doesn't make sense either, does it? Because it would have just been the bottom. It would have been. That's kind of stupid there. Huh. I didn't say it was the brightest bulb in the pack. Yeah, I could have went with the thicker lumber. But I didn't really need it for weight, you know? Like I used the lumber I had. Like with the old layout, I did some 2x4s, 1x4s, 1x3s, 2x3s. So I just kind of went with what I had, used that all up, and then anything new that I bought, I went with 1x3s for the first level. My stuff is all mostly off the wall. So I did brackets on the wall, L brackets, and I thought they were going to show more, so I bought ones that were a little fancier looking, thinking it would show, so I didn't really want to do a curtain. But I think I've gone against that. I think I am going to do a curtain anyway, just because it would look nicer to hide all my boxes in that, because I didn't plan on having a bunch of boxes underneath it, but haha, you know how that goes. Um, But I would definitely do some kind of brackets that have some kind of, you got the bracket. Would you want some kind of a support bar or something in there? Or you could do wood, uh, you know, L against the wall. I did want legs around like most of the layout that you were going to trip over and I'd have to sweep around and everything. Plus, I just put the new floor down and stuff. I didn't want to um, scuff it up and stuff too much. And the peninsula is basically a big table. That I knew was going to be built that way. I had to build it solid and with some weight. So between that being a solid table, the legs, and all the junk stored underneath it, it doesn't really move or anything. I didn't want to bolt it to the floor or anything because, like I said, I just put this new floor down and everything and got the basement all nice, and I didn't want to mess it all up. But it's definitely easier to work on the top level if you do it first. Um, I know Train Freak Jason always says that he recommends doing your top level scenery and all that stuff first, because then you're not dropping everything on the bottom level scenery as you're drilling holes through the upper board and everything. And I get that. I've been running into that myself a little bit. even now. I did get the second level. Let's see if I can move this camera a little bit. The lift out put in. So I can, at any time, I can start laying track. I just haven't really gotten to it. And I don't know when I will. Honestly, I don't. I've been more in a tinkering mood than anything else lately. I don't know why that is. So, God willing, I'll have many years to build this layout. And, you know, we're still talking about diners there. Anybody? Helix kit. Yeah. If you go with a kit, it's a little, they're all a little bit pricey. I've seen them on eBay and that, but the guy that does my backdrops, Trackside Scenery, Joey Ricard, he has a whole kit in different sizes, double track, single track, and it's all like pre-cut, and it's some kind of, I don't want to say like a fiberboard or something, or not fiberboard, but it's not plywood or whatever, but it's like an engineered type thing. But go on tracksideScenery.com. He just only because I know he sells them, and he did a nice job on the backdrops and stuff for me, and it's a starting point, and he can work with you as far as sizes and your space. And I almost wish I would have done a Helix, to be honest with you. I didn't want to, with the space I have, I didn't really have another room. If you could put the Helix in a separate room, so it doesn't take away from the layout, or at least put part of it in another room. Like if I could have got half of this into the other room, at the time it wasn't an option. I wish it would have been, and I would have done a Helix. Because then I could have got proper spacing between decks. Let me tell you, it's a little rough when you're trying to duck underneath there, run wires, duck your head underneath there, and do scenery, And how many times I've banged my head already. So it's just kind of annoying. So, yeah, but it's just what it's going to be. When it's done, it's going to look great, and things are going to be fine. It's just getting to that point. After we went to the train show, we went over to hobby shop there. What was the name of that hobby shop? Train store or something like that it was called. It was over by Cook Road in Columbus. I'll be damned if I can remember the name of it because I'm trying to. I picked up a 484 Niagara. It's a Bachman. And a little to my knowledge, it's New York Central. I've already been working on it. Little did I know that these are notorious for broken gears. He ran it for me at the shop, and it ran fine. I think in my workings of trying to take it apart, I might have messed it up. I ran it here on my layout on DC. I hooked up a power back to train station. Thanks, Wigwag. And it ran good. It ran all the way around. I took all my DCC stuff off the layout and hooked up my old Tech 2, and it ran all the way around this thing, man. It had power. I had to turn it up the further I got away, but it ran good, man. It wasn't wobbly. It wasn't jerky. It ran good. So I think it was something I did when I went to put the gears back in it, because I had to take it apart to make a DCC. So it's got that split frame, split chassis. Anyways, shocker, Bachman doesn't make the spacers anymore, because it's, let's see if I can get it from up there. Oh, crap. Without dumping everything over. Come here. It's kind of in parts and in pieces now. See if I can get this to stand up right. So here's the frame. Now it's split frame. So you get power from this side for this rail and this side from that rail. So you gotta open it all up and separate the motor, and I got it all wired up for DCC. I'm waiting I got Jason's getting a decoder through Jason Train Freak, but because the frame is all metal, you got these spacers. And this one, I don't know if I did something when I put it back together, because I don't know. I got to figure this out. I'm a quartering and all these kind of things. I have no idea. And this is there's only one center gear, and then that's cracked. And then I got the other two aren't cracked, but I found one guy that did a video. It's hard to find videos on these things for some reason. One guy from, I think probably it was overseas. It's not like England or somewhere. He got some 3D stuff through a company, and they make the gears. But by the time $50. And it ran, light works, smoke worked. I don't know if I'm going to keep the smoke or not. I don't know if I can keep it with DCC or not. It's in great shape, but I knew I wanted to DCC it. Too much real estate for a Helix. I can run longer rail. Yeah, and as I said, I like to run long. I'm modern, so I have more longer rail cars and stuff. Going back to that. All right, Lee, take care, man. Well, that's your opinion. I happen to think it's a nice locomotive. So it ran great. On DC, anyways. And like I said, if I knew that this was a common issue with them, I may not have bought it just because the decoder and speaker and all that stuff keep alive and all that, because I'm just kind of in the habit of doing that now. I figured I'd have for about $200, I'd have a nice steam locomotive. And but the guy from overseas, I mean, he wanted it was the shipping. It was like $15 for the parts, but the shipping was going to be almost $30, $28. Split chassis are a sucker, but they will run. Or is that supposed to be a different word? Yeah, take care, Anthony. Yeah, Matt, for sure. If you're going back to the layout, you definitely want to plan. I got a plan for this, And I thought about the Helix, and I could have done a Helix. Just would have taken away a lot of real estate, because, like Jim was saying, if you're going to run longer cars and bigger locomotives like I run, modern stuff, all 6-axle, big Gevos and ST70s and things like that, you really need the bigger radius, right? You're just going to catch hell every time you're trying to climb that Helix. And like Bernard said, you have a lot of real estate, especially at 30-inch minimum. Yeah. Agreed. Like those auto racks I just showed, even like your 53-foot container cars, passenger cars, damn reefer cars. That's a part to them. Working on putting a sound card in that. That was fun too. Make my little sweepers. Again, this camera's not picking things up very well. This is my cheaper camera. I don't know why I have this one over here, but I did. So, anyways, yeah, I did find a guy on eBay. So, by the time you pay the eBay tax and everything like that, I found the gears for $10 or $5. Supposedly they're supposed to work. He said if they don't work, to let him know that they will. He will do some custom. He can try to do them custom for me. It was $15 for the gears, 3D printed. and the shipping and everything. And of course, I got a tax and stuff. Shipping was like $5. It was $22 roughly. So it's adding to the cost. But listen, this locomotive now, of course, it's already DCC and all that stuff. I get it, but I mean, it's crazy, man. $600-700 for these steam locomotives plus. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just can't. I was kind of holding out, hoping Scale Trains would do something because I like their products, but I saw this for $50, guys. I'm like, well, it's either gonna be $50 and I'm gonna put 100 or so in it and make it a nice locomotive, DCC and sound and everything, or it's gonna be a $50 paperweight. We'll see what happens. Might be a paperweight. But for Thomas just to throw that out there and call it junk, I kind of take offense to that. I don't appreciate that, man. I get that they have issues, but that's what being a modeler is about, man. You tear shit down and you work on it. So can't all have $500,000 locomotives like you that are worth 500,000. Yeah. Well, honestly, if I would have left it DC, I wouldn't have had a problem because I would have never tore it down. You know what I mean, right? But to get the motor out, so I can isolate it, you got to take the shell, the halves apart, which means you got to take this stupid gearing out. Now I got to figure out how to do the quartering on it because I think that's what I did when I did put it back together. I must have got it off some because when I tried to put power to it, I kind of felt like it seized up on me. And I think I cracked the gears on it, to be honest with you. They might have had hairline cracks in them, and they probably would have went anyways. But when I did that, I think that's what happened. Yeah, I get it, right? I mean, you could get just standard motor decoders, non-sound in that, $20 roughly, 20 to 30. I know you got a ton of locomotives that take you forever, but I mean, yeah, I get it. But I'm gonna fix this thing up. I'm gonna make it work somehow. My buddy Sean up in New York, I was talking to him. He has had the same issue with his 611, I think, or one of his locomotives. And between him and I doing some research, we found this couple of guys that do these 3D things. Might be something for you guys to look into, man. There's a market for these. These are good locomotives. This is not a pancake motor. It's a 5-pole. I think it's 5-pole skew wound motor. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if the paperwork says anything on it. So it's not the old pancake motor. This is motor with worm gear. Don't say what it is. Yeah. I'm going to show you the diagram of the motor right there where my finger's at. So it's not the old pancake motor. It's an actual can type motor, I guess. And it's fun getting this apart. It doesn't open. You slide this out from inside. The funny thing about it is it already has speaker holes. I don't know if you can see them underneath there, but there's already holes in there for a speaker and a place to set a speaker. So it's like, oh, hold on. Stephen, yes. Let me see. I've kind of, oh, there's Pappy. Hey, Pappy. Let me go back and see what you're saying. Yeah, Pappy swiped that up from you, man. I think he paid, what, $10 for it or something? Yeah, take care, Anthony. Sorry, Steven. Yeah, the train station, Ohio. Yeah, your chance of going through. I'm just uh, um, rambling on. Sometimes I get a little off the chat, so I apologize about that. Bernard, let's go back to you. That's good advice, Dave. I thought about building one like Sparky. but hide it in the mountains. My last back injury got me rethinking that duck. Oh yeah, you don't want to do a duck hunter, man. I thought about that too, but I wasn't doing mountains on this layout. This is pretty much flat central Ohio, some rolling hills here and there. I wasn't looking to do mountains. Maybe I'll regret that. I don't know, but so far I'm not. Um, but that's a good idea too. Like I could have took this whole peninsula and used that as a helix, and had it kind of wind through the mountain and did a big mountain at the end of this thing, and kind of kept it open as much as possible, you know. So I wouldn't really have to get inside the helix. Uh, but you definitely want to have access to the inside of it. Sorry, I got kind of off track on that. So apologize I didn't answer that quicker. Guys, I do try to keep up with the chat. I'm trying to ignore anybody. There's been some individuals in chats lately that feel like they're being ignored by people and just having issues, and I don't understand it. But I don't think anybody that does a live stream is intentionally trying to ignore anybody. I don't know how I'm getting on this subject, but for anybody that does live streams, I'm no pro at it. Believe me, you guys know that. You've watched my streams, you know I'm no damn pro at it. It's easy to get behind on the chat. The chats go by quick a lot of times. You're talking about one thing, the chat changes on you, the subject changes. Sometimes you got people in the chat having their own little discussions, which is fine. But sometimes you try to want to comment on that stuff, and then sometimes people get frustrated that you're not answering them or you're not addressing what they're asking. So I do apologize. It's never my intent. And Thomas, don't take what I said wrong. I mean, um, I'm happy with the purchase. I just kind of took you a little wrong the way you said that. So I apologize if I made you mad or anything like that. What I call daily drivers are old Roborowski, some Mantua. I'm going to do some of my the brass. Did you mean to DCC? New is insane. Yeah. Well, I have that. Where the hell did I put that in? I think I put it back up on the shelf. It's an IHC, IHC, National Hobby Corp. IHC. It's an old royal blue. It's a Pacific, I think, 462 or something. I had that thing for years. I sold one. It was a Chesapeake in Ohio. It wasn't a Pacific. It was might have been a Berkshire actually. I sold that one. I had a guy convert them both to DCC, just motor functions, no sound, just motor and lights. And this one quit on me for some reason. That's the one I did in my video. I think it was my December update. I should do an update. Jeez. I'm so lazy about doing videos, guys. But it runs good. It don't pull for shit, though. That's the problem. I wanted something that was going to pull my passenger train, like an excursion train. So I don't know why it don't pull if it's just too light. Maybe I got to remotor it. But it runs pretty good, with just a couple of passenger cars on it. Well, yeah, you can't, and I looked at that too. There was a couple of different Berkshire River Aussies that I've seen for sale I thought about. And kind of didn't pull the trigger on it, Christmas and everything. Wife and daughter got me a nickel plate Berkshire. It's a Bachmann, had sound and everything in it, but it was from trains.com, and they were good about it. I got it here, and I don't know if something happened in a transition or whatever. They on the site, there was a checklist that said that everything was working properly, and I got it here, and it wasn't. The gears were binding, or the rods were binding up, and I don't know how to mess with that stuff. I'm going to learn now, but I don't know how to mess with that stuff. And it was a couple $100, I figured, okay, it's got sound. A buddy of mine has a Bachmann nickel plate, same locomotive, and he bought it. And he sent it back to Bachmann, and I think paid a fee to have it worked on and have his rods all fixed up. In fact, it's on my old layout. There's a video of that running on my old layout. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna send it back. I'm not invested in it. So I got a hold of them, trains.com, and they were totally fine with it. I sent it back, and they gave us our money back on it. And they're good people to deal with. Trains.com, if you ever want to go through them, you get a lot of older stuff in that too. And they had some Riverossi in that too. I was looking at those, the Riverossis, and like even on eBay and places like that, 140, 150 plus. This locomotive here I've been seeing on eBay right now. There's one for he just because I looked at it. They sometimes you get an offer from the seller just because I clicked on it and looked at it. It was 160 bucks, and he gave me an offer for 140. I'm like, I paid 50 bucks. So if I buy that for 140, I got to do the same damn thing I'm doing right now. So you know what I mean? Cab Ford. Oh yeah, everyone's stolen. Oh wow. The rest got a Cab Ford, Southern Pacific. Cab Fords are pretty cool, but you know, Teen Central Black, GG1. I've never been a big fan of GG1s. I always thought they were kind of ugly looking locomotives. Sorry to like them. I always thought they were kind of ugly, and I was making a big deal of GG1s. Um, that one up in Strasburg at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum was pretty nice, though. They restored it really nice. Um, but yeah, I never cared for them. But who the hell am I? That's the nice thing about it. There's so many different things, so many different options. Everybody has different opinions and stuff. So, anyway, like I said, I'll get her fixed. Worst case, I'll get those parts and yeah. Thanks, Dirk. I think so too, man. And like I said, if I deck it all out with a Tsunami 2 and a Keep Alive and a speaker, I don't have to do all that, but I probably will. Even with having to put the new gears and everything in it, I'm still looking at a couple $100 for a really nice locomotive. I put an LED already in the headlight. It works out nice. Um, there's not much wiring to do. So like from Jason, I'm getting I have a speaker already. Getting the Keep Alive, the decoder, and the harness that goes. So I'll have to wire a harness in under here somewhere and then to the tender. Because I'll put all the guts in the tender. I just had to do the initial like motor wiring here, wiring and for the track and the light. I'll wire that up to that harness and then that'll go into the tender. So I'll be able to plug it and unplug it to separate it if I want. Sure, 3 cab Fords. There you go. And the Sierras for the KDY. Okay. Yeah, man, it's gonna work out. I'm gonna make it work out. Like I said, if you guys don't know Sean Moore, he has the Bell Valley. Um, I think his channel. I think is called Bell Valley. Um, check that channel. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, he's real good with like electronics and stuff like that. Yeah, this is it. Of course, you got ads and everything. Yeah, that's it. Oh, his channel is just called Sean Moore. Here, sleeve the sloth. Copy that. Come back here. Paste that. I don't know if you guys remember on my channel when I used to put up the sponsor, like the little intro and stuff. He does his Phantom Hobbies, 51X or something like that is his channel, and or his He's a 3D printing guy too. Check that if that link works. Go check him out. Um, he's a computer type guy, a PO electronics type guy. He's actually built R2D2 robot. Um, you know what I mean? And it's pretty cool. He's got that on there somewhere in his playlist. Um, anyway, he lives up in New York, a couple hours away from me, upstate. So I told him, worst case, I get those gears. I'll come up on a Saturday. We'll hang out for the day. You can help me put the damn thing back together. And just got to figure the quartering out, like how to line everything up, I think. That's the problem. Because if you don't do that, I hear, you don't do that, then everything's going to be off. And it's not going to run right. So there was nothing broken as far as that goes, other than the gears. Like there was no broken pieces, no broken rods, nothing like that that I could see. So we'll go from there. See what happens. Yeah, I know you said that, Thomas. I'll have to check that out. Um, let's see. I was going to say I'm not subscribed to you, Thomas. That's not true. Probably why I don't get any notifications from you. Sorry about that. Maybe I was subscribed to one of your other many names. Shout out for Monterey, or is that the one? All right, let's check that out. All right, let's check it out. I found it. I subscribed back to you. I don't know. I thought I was subscribed to you. You can hit me an email and set something up. I think I can help on the syncing of that up. Okay. That sounds good too, right? Hey, Waycross, if you were in here before, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. Yeah. Again, sorry, Thomas. I resubscribed. But I don't know why I wasn't. Thought I was. What? 4 inches in a snow day? No ice, nothing like that? What the hell? Yeah, Jim, definitely. And I mentioned it earlier. For you guys that do know or don't know, Thomas is having plumber's having surgery today, Stephen. And to just keep him in your prayers, in your thoughts today, and send him some good wishes. So yeah, let's all send go mojo. Oh, good mojo. There you go. The plumber, yeah. Some testing. Okay, yeah. Absolutely, man. Good dude. Totally good dude. Whoa, 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 man. Easy. Easy. These kids are, I mean, you gotta kids gloves with these kids, man. You can't push them too hard. Jim, don't get me started, man. Our kids can't figure out what the hell gender they are, but China's over there teaching these kids how to kill us. Yeah, Dave, no doubt, man. No doubt. Oh, stupid knees. This right knee's killing me, man. That's what I wanted to have surgery on this year. I need to have a scope or something done on this knee, but after having this gallbladder out, I need to rebuild some time up. So maybe I'll wait till the weather gets nice, and I'll have time built up by the fall, and wanted to worry about trying to be on crutches or something in the winter time. Plus, I won't be able to get down in the basement as easily, so I hate to ruin modeling season, if you will. Big G, good morning, my friend. Good to see you, man. I got to go back and see what's going on with your notifications too. Have you put up anything recent, video-wise, Big G, on the layout? Thanks for stopping in, Ray. Always good, man. You see that other Ray? Let me know. Tell him we said hi. Yeah, kids in the room. Yeah. Well, hell, you're practically a kid, Thomas. How old are you, man? Kid the most of us, probably. But anyway, so that was my train show haul. I guess I could have done a video. I'm just Pappy's gonna call me and yell at me. You better do videos. You never do videos. Kind of. He's my loving brother. Snow. And I'm not gonna complain, but we've got nothing here. It's been raining. It was like almost 60 degrees on Tuesday when I was off. Oh man, sorry, Gary, didn't know. Hopefully everybody's kind of getting through that. And that's funny how it starts, man. One person gets sick and it just kind of goes down the line, and then by the time that first one's better, it comes back around to them again. Especially, I think you have younger kids too, don't you? And they pick up so much junk out of school. John, you're a big kid, man. I'm a big kid now. Okay. Well, happy birthday in May. What day in May? My son's the 1st of May. He'll be 21 this year. Look at that. I'm going to take him out to the bar. We'll go to one of those fun bars that his mother will yell at me about. Please, he's done more shit over there. You go overseas and it's 18 to drink and get into these clubs and stuff. Over here it's 21. Oh, come on, man. I'll enjoy it. Damn it. Don't give up on me, Pappy. I need you to ride my ass on this stuff, or else I won't put anything out. May 16th, okay. My sister is the 9th of May. My son's the 1st. She was so shit. Yeah, I was a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, I was doing that was the pull-ups thing. I'm a big kid now. The pull-ups, the Huggies pull-ups. Oh, you mean Thomas is the same age? Yeah. I got COVID, and my wife brought a cold home when I was getting over it. I got it as wife got better. The 20-year-old daughter got it. No good. Clearing it out now. Yeah. I don't know. You didn't finish your sentence. But yeah, over there they want to drink and everything at 18 or whatever. So he'll get home. I think they're supposed to head back in March. So I guess until May he won't be legal to drink again here. But which whatever. I'm not against that. I think it's kind of silly, but I just missed out when they had the was it the I want to say the 3-2 beer or 3-2 law, whatever it was, where it was a lower grade alcohol content, I believe, and you drink at 18 or 19. I think it was 19. I kind of just missed out on that. I had a cousin who's a couple years older than me. He just made it, and I just missed it. Well, Jim, the juice bars around here were 18, but the any kind of alcohol strip bars were 21 to get in. The juice bars are better, man, because they didn't have to keep anything on. So I was okay with that. I go in and drink a Coca-Cola. Okay, whatever. They sold other stuff, but you know, our minds think we are. At least mine does. I'm not a man. I'm a man. Good money dancing. Oh dear God, dear Lord, Jimmy, it's not a show I want to see, bud. The best lap dance. Took him to the champagne room. Oh God, no. Time to end this thing. We're off the rails real badly. Real badly. Yeah. My dad was when he was young, he drank, you know, but we never had a lot of alcohol or anything in our house. He didn't. He was a driver. He was gone all the time. And right. No, it's not worth it, Jim. Yeah, it's for what, one, maybe two songs, and then that's it. Um, yeah, I hear you, John. Yeah. I don't know what I said. Oh, we just never had a lot of alcohol, even for like New Year's and stuff. They'd buy something to make some drinks with, but then we never, my parents never kept it around. They weren't drinkers or nothing. Not even like social drinkers. Once in a while, if my dad was gonna be off for a week or something in the summer or around the holidays, he'd pick up a 6 pack or something, and most of the time he'd have two or three of them left. You know, um, until I got old enough, and I would drink them. So my dad was never a pop guy either. He was a coffee, iced tea. I remember him drinking a lot of soda. Oh yeah, buddy. There was a club named Deja Vu. We had one here at Juice Bar. It was called Juicy Lucy's. It was good. So it was a juice bar. They didn't serve any alcohol. Stopped drinking like 10 years ago. Before that, drank like a fish. My rank in the Army went up and down to prove it. Yeah. I had a cousin in the Navy like that. He had 18 or 19 years, and finally, I don't know, finally was discharged. Was dishonorable or not, but he finally, like like you said, he should have had a hell of a rank by that time. But he drank and get in fights and get knocked down in rank, and I think finally he was asked to leave. I'll go with that. H&H Express. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, I quit drinking pretty much. I think the last time I really drank was like 2015. Uh, I'll drink a little here and there. Like I don't know. When my son went away to the army, um, I did share a beer with him. And then he came home last summer before he was getting ready to ship out to go over to Hungary. His buddies over here had a big fire pit and everything. Drank a couple beers with them guys. Um, It was fun. Just not something. I don't know. I don't really crave a beer. I used to keep them in the fridge, in the refrigerator in the garage. I'd do yard work, have a beer afterwards, cut the grass, have a beer, stuff like that. But I haven't really. It's something I do often. Oh yeah, good afternoon. That's right. That's right. Oh, good afternoon then. Pushing 11 o'clock. I need to go. There's a haircut coming up. Good thing is he's around the corner. It's 11:30. Check my time here. Calendar. Oh, it's at noon. I'm good. Still gonna get off. I'm gonna get some breakfast. But yeah. So anyways, good stream, guys. We get kind of all over the place here. Um, Thomas, I'll check out that video here once I hang up. And well, let's do this. Hang on. Hold on. Stand by. See if I can make this work. Oh, I did that the other day. Let's try that again. All right, I'll just check that out later. Yeah, check Jim Tedesco out at 6. He's got the short line Thursday. Thanks for reminding me, Thomas. I don't know which one of the Canadians is on after that for their third rail Thursdays. Friday night, I don't know. A couple weeks ago, we went up kind of just impromptu. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Not much going on Friday nights. Saturday is Artie, but I think Artie's out of town. Not sure if somebody's filling in for Artie this week. I think I know he had a friend that passed away, and he's dealing with some stuff there. So I think somebody is going to do the show. I don't know who though. It's Anthony Dodge or somebody like that. I don't remember. We'll keep an eye out for that. It's usually 8 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time for us. Sunday is the Sunday Night Crew guys. The Sidetrack Sunday, right? Sidetrack Sunday. You got James and Mike on Mondays, or they're off the rail Monday, and then Tuesday I'm doing Drunk Tuesday this week. I believe it's this week coming up. Check the calendar. Yeah, the 24th is me. It's 5 Tuesdays this month, so we'll probably do something. Either all together or have a guest host or something. I'm not 100% sure yet. And that 5th Tuesday, but this coming Tuesday will be me. So we will do that. Wednesdays is Cab Crew Wednesdays. I think Thomas Grassie's doing it this week. 8 o'clock Wednesday. And we're back to Thursday again for that. And then for the Morning Brew and all that fun stuff all over again. If there's other shows I missed, I apologize. But you guys all know the lineup. I should get some kind of scroll goes by that says the lineup. It might be easier. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Maybe we'll catch you later on Jim's stream. I'll try to make it into that. And so, yeah, there you go. That's what I know. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now.